Hi friends, Shayla here. So I'm here to film part 2 of this ginormous haul. So I bought 2 banana boxes full of mass market paperbacks on Facebook Marketplace for $20. In the first box, I ended up keeping 23 titles, so I'm already under $1 a piece for this lot. So it's been more than worth the money. So I've got a whole nother box to go through with you guys. So that's what we're gonna do here. I've got my no's from the previous haul on the floor. So if it's a no, I'm gonna be putting them in that box already. And then the maybes and the yeses will go up on the shelf next to me. So my rules for what I decide to keep after I kind of narrow it down is if it's a maybe, it has to have above a 4-star rating on Goodreads for me to keep it. And if I'm already interested in it, it has to have above a 3.5. Because usually that means it's hit or miss. And if I'm interested enough, I'll probably still like it. So those are kind of the parameters that I use on Goodreads as my extra filter towards the end. So let's go ahead and dive right into these. All right, so first up here, I've got a bind up called The Praise of Younger Men. So it looks like an age gap compilation. Yes, this is going in my mostly yes. And then we have another bind up called Lone Star Christmas and Other Gifts. I have so much Christmas. I'm going to let this one go. Then I have another bind up here called Charmed. When the darkness holds the most tantalizing of possibilities, what goes bump in the night may be the man of your dreams. Okay, I'm going to put this in the maybe pile. If the ratings are good, then I'll keep that. And then we have A Knight's Vow. Again, another bind up. I don't know any of these authors. It's not sounding appealing, so it's going to go in the no. I am being pretty harsh, so if I'm knowing any of your favorites, I'm really sorry. This is a Dorothy Sayers, In the Teeth of the Evidence. I mean, the red sprayed edges are cool, but this is so not my kind of book, so it's going in the nose. And another Dorothy Sayers, Gaudy Night. And it's going in the nose. And again, red sprayed edges, kind of fun. In His Steps by Charles M. Sheldon. There's somebody's name on the side here. Not my kind of book, so it's going to go in the nose. A Vintage Murder by Michelle Scott. This actually looks really cute, so it's going to go in the maybes. 9 Stories by J.D. Salinger. I can't tell anything about it. I've not read any J.D. Salinger. I don't really have much interest in it right now. And this copy's so beat up, I'm just going to say no. And then I've got 2 copies of Cold as Stone by Carlton Smith. Again, not my thing, going in the nose. All right, this looks more promising. The Horse Master's Daughter by Susan Wiggs. Love that. A wild horse, a broken man, and a family in ruins. A family in ruins and a woman with the power to heal. Okay, this is going in the mostly yes. And we've got another Susan Wiggs, The Charm School. Sweep you away to an adventure where a Boston socialite and a swashbuckling sea captain dare to love. Mostly yes. Another Susan Wiggs, Passing Through Paradise. It's like murder mystery where her husband dies kind of thing. I think I'm going to pass on this one. Another Susan Wiggs. This one's called Miranda. Fantastic Step Back. This is an amnesia story, but it sounds so interesting that I'm going to put it in my maybe pile, and as long as the ratings are good, it's going to stay with me. All right. Joan Wolfe, The Poisoned Serpent. This is a medieval mystery. I'm not feeling it. It's going to go. Shannon Drake, Knight Triumphant. After her husband Afton, Lord of Langley, falls prey to a deadly plague, Englishwoman Igrania, I think is how I say that last name, finds Self a captive in her own castle, held hostage by a Scottish warrior, Eric Graham. And this step back, oh lordy, like this is gonna go in the yes for now pile. And let us pray that the ratings are good on that, because that looks like it's gonna be fun. The Kitchen God's Wife by Amy Tan. I've been interested to read some Amy Tan, so I'm gonna put this in the maybe, but man, this is a waterlogged copy. All right, The Love Letter by Kathleen Shine. Not a sexy step back, a letter step back. But I'm going to put this in the maybe. Danielle Steele, Lone Eagle. Not interested in any Danielle Steele, so it's going to go. 1,000 Acres by Jane Smiley. Doesn't sound like my thing. It's going to go. Message in a Bottle by Nicholas Sparks. Gonna go. Lael St. James, My Lady Wayward. No step back here. Medieval Romance. This looks pretty good. I'm gonna put it in the yes pile. Karen Roberts, One Summer. God, they're already talking about his too tight jeans on the back. It's going in the nose. Because, yeah, no. I like some tight jeans, but I don't want to read about it on the back of my book. And then we have Karen Robards, Hunter's Moon. Feels kind of boilerplate, so it's going to go. Another Karen Robards, Scandalous. It's going to go. No interest. I mean, it sounds fine on the back. I'm just not interested. Island Flame. Again by Karen Robards. Pirate! Pirate! I want to read more Pirate. And A Lovely Step Back. So this is going to go in the maybe. No, it's going in the yes. I really want Pirate. A Nora Roberts collection with Jill Gregory, Ruth Ryan Langan, and Marianne Willman. I'm going to put this in the maybe. And Rui, the I-5 Killer. No thanks. All right. Emerald by Lauren Royal. And Amethyst by Lauren Royal. These look pretty good, and they're in the same trilogy, so I'm going to put them in the yes. Then you have Susan Elizabeth Phillips, Just Imagine. Oh, wow. That cover. Poor cover. I'm going to say no to this one. Ah, Julia Quinn, An Offer from a Gentleman with a Step Back. Yes, this is definitely yes. Because I am working my way through the Bridgerton series. So that's just one less that I have to buy. Susan Elizabeth Phillips, This Heart of Mine. I'm being pretty ruthless here, guys. I'm sorry. Mary Jo Putney, The Rake. I do have some Mary Jo Putney on my shelf, and this sounds really interesting, so it's going to go in the yes for now pile. Another Mary Jo Putney, Silk and Secrets. Again, going in the yes for now. All right. This is where we're going to get to some of those Harlequins that we didn't really see in the last one. All right, let's blitz through these. The Billionaire Boss's Secretary Bride. How many copies of this are there? There are 4 copies of this in there, so obviously 3 of them are going away. And the other's going to go in the maybe. The Boss's Wife for a Week. Going to go in the maybe. And then we've got Dark Fire by Elizabeth Lowell. Going to go in the maybe. Then we've got 3 copies of Almost Forever by Linda Howard. It must be pretty good. And it looks pretty decent. It's going to go in the maybe. The other 2 are obviously going in the no. And that box is full. All right, Joan Johnston, A Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. Looks pretty decent. It'll go in the maybe. All right. Wow. And then I've got, I don't know how many copies of Someone to Love Me by in the Blueford series by Anne Schreff. I'm going to put this in the maybe pile because, you know, we've got black characters on the cover on an older book. So I'm curious if the ratings are good, then great. But yeah, there's a whole stack that are going to my used bookstore. All right, so we've got a couple more here. V.C. Andrews, Shooting Stars, Rose. No. And then we have Expectant Princess, Unexpected Affair. I don't like affairs. It's going to go down here. And then Winning It All. Pregnant with the Playboy's Baby. No, thank you. It's not my trope, guys. That's all. And then The Admiral's Penniless Bride. This looks fantastic, actually. It's Marriage or the Workhouse. Okay, I'm going to put this in the maybe pile if the ratings are good. And then Flood Tide by Kay Thorpe. Okay, it's going to go in the maybe. And then I've got Roberta Lee, The Wrong Kind of Wife. So it's like a second chance after the split of a marriage kind of a thing. I'm going to put it in the maybe. If it's any good, then it'll stay, obviously. All right. So we've got Reinventing Julia with a pregnant lady on the front. No, thank you. And then we've got something in Spanish that I cannot read. Then we've got Second Sight by Sinclair Smith. No, thank you. Week 4, Meltdown by Scott Wallens. Again, no thank you. And a couple more in Spanish that I can't read. And this is something in Czech that I obviously can't read. So we have So Much to Live For by, I can't even see the full thing, but it looks like Ciclet, which is not my thing. Diana Palmer, Long Tall Texans. Looks like a bind up. I'm going to put it in a maybe. Carla Neggers, The Waterfall. And then Linda Lale Miller, Used to Be Lovers. I think I'm going to pass on both of these. Then we've got another Linda Lale Miller, Spring Water Wedding. Looks like a cowboy style thing. I'm going to put this in the maybe. The Judge by Steve Martin is not going to stay here. Night Secrets by Kat Martin. Looks like a pirate romance. Ah, it's baiting! Yes, it's staying. I don't care what the rating is. I'm reading that. Yeah, not my thing. Kathy Maxwell, The Wedding Wager. Got a pretty step back there. It's going in the yes. Terry McMillan, How Stella Got Her Groove Back. This copy is so badgered, I can't keep it. Like, I just can't. It's gonna go. Kiss of the Highlander by Karen Marie Moaning. Okay. It's going in the yes. I've heard her Highlander series is amazing. Fern Michaels, Plain Jane. No thanks. Oh my gosh, it's a Joanna Lindsay. Defy Not the Heat. It's not a step back, but we do have Fabio on the cover. I'm collecting Joanna Lindsay, so yes, that's staying. Stephanie Lawrence, All About Passion. Great step back. The other Stephanie Lawrence I read kind of bit me in the butt, so it's going to go in the maybe. Laura Lee, Live Wire. I wanted to read more Laura Lee. Man, this is really badgered. It's going to go in the maybe. And then these last two don't really interest me, so they're going to go back in the box. Okay, so I'm going to go through these and check their ratings. I will put the final picture here of what I ended up keeping and also the final tally of books that I got for $20 out of all of these. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this experiment. I feel really good about it right now. I've already paid less than $1 for the books that I'm keeping, so I'm feeling really good about that. Less than $1 per book, I should say. And it's gonna get even better with these, and I'm really excited. So thank you guys again for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.